Facebook friends and other friends wherever you're seeing me now, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or I don't know where else I put it. Right now I do my videos on Facebook, and then I'll post them on YouTube. You can check out my YouTube channel, subscribe, I'd love it. Anyway, hey there, it's Friday, whoop, 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 and you know what we do on Fridays, right? Because I'm your Fear Buster coach, Lydia Rieger. What do we do? It's Fear Buster Friday, woohoo! Let's do that again. It's Fear Buster Friday. All right, what do we do on Fear Buster Friday? If you know, go ahead and comment. What do we do on Fear Buster Friday? We bust fears, of course. And of course, I encourage you to do that every single day. You know, I get on special on Fridays, and we do the Fear Buster Friday thing. And we bust our fears with faith, freedom, and fun. So let's have some fun. And oh my, somebody might be home. Is somebody home? I don't know. Well, Cha-Cha's barking at the door. That's okay. We will go on. So most Fridays lately, I've been reading from this book, U Squared by Price Pritchett. Last week I deviated from that because I had an inspiration. But now we're back into U Squared. And today's chapter is on page 29. For those of you who don't know, it's a very thin book, and the chapters are only 1 or 2 pages long, so it's perfect to just pick it up when you need a little bit of inspiration. And it's all about quantum leaps. Now, I don't know much about physics, but I understand that there are atoms, and sometimes like different things move and they jump, and we don't really know why. So it's kind of like that. Like, we can learn a lot from science to use in our everyday lives, and most of it, you know, it has these physical laws and so on, and we can truly use them in our lives to make our lives better, to understand, you know, how things really work, and then we can make it work in our lives. So without further ado, this chapter is called Open Your Gifts. Open your gifts. And right now, I just want to say, hey, if you don't think that you're gifted with anything, if you don't think you have any kind of talent, guess what? You're wrong. Everybody has a gift of some kind. And so this chapter is about encouraging us to open our gifts. It says, you have many gifts that you've never opened. These are gifts of talent, ability, and reach that are yours for the taking. The people we call gifted are different from the crowd in one very special way. They accepted their gifts. They let it happen. The high achievers, the persons you admire, are those individuals who opened their gifts. These winners have more gifts because they claimed them, took them out of the wrapping, and used them. So let's just stop right there and let me unpack that for us, because there's at least 2 or 3 words in here that I think are key. One is accepted. Okay? You do have gifts, so accept them. But don't just accept them, right? It says those who opened their gifts. So you have to open them. Accept and open them. And they also have a phrase here, let it happen. Okay? So that's a good one to remember. Let it happen. And I like the word claimed. These winners have more gifts because they claimed them. Okay, so it's not just accepting and letting it happen and opening, but it's claiming them, really saying, you know, this is my gift. and I'm choosing to help in the world, help people with this gift. All right, reading on now. Now it's time for you to do something with your gifts. Claim them and you create them. Reach for them and they materialize. Use them and they grow to serve you still better. If you look at those particular skills you have developed over the years, the talents that you have exhibited, you will find they are the gifts you opened and enjoyed. But how many others are there within your reach? You see, you've got more in there, so it's all about keep finding them and using them. For every gift you've opened over the years, there are hundreds that you've never unwrapped and taken out of the package. This unused potential hides there, just waiting to play a role in your quantum leap. When you make a quantum leap, you find out many new things about yourself. U squared is a fascinating experience in self-discovery. A transformation occurs, a metamorphosis. You know, and I think I'm just going to pause there to say that, you know, we're always changing and our world's always changing, and sometimes it's hard to adapt to change or accept change. But, you know, if you look at yourself as this being who is constantly transforming, and you're on this sort of spiral, okay, of every time you come around the spiral and go upwards, you know, it's better and changing for the better. And so that's what's happening, you know, making a quantum leap and being willing to be in that self-discovery process, because, you know, sometimes it might be hard to be in that self-discovery. It might be hard to realize some things about yourself. But, you know, give yourself a chance and allow yourself to open up to new discoveries. I think that's the key, you know, to allow that. All right. And then the last paragraph, and then there's a very small paragraph at the end. But first, the bigger one says, think of a striped caterpillar humbly crawling along the stem of a milkweed plant, a few inches away from Mother Earth, changing into a strikingly beautiful monarch butterfly that soars high in the air and bravely journeys thousands of miles in its yearly pilgrimage. To become a monarch, to free those shining auburn wings, to fly high and free, the creature must break out of the cocoon of safety and open its wings. And the last paragraph simply says, open some more of yours. Find your wings. Why do I have a butterfly? See it on my wall? Oops, the other way. It's always the opposite that I think it is when I look at myself on screen. But yes, I have butterflies all around me to remember this fact that this chapter of U Squared points out, that we have to stretch our wings in order to open our gifts. And recently I've done some of that. And some of you know I'm a homeschool mom. Some of you know I'm an entrepreneur. I've put those two things together and I've spread my wings. And what have I done recently? So I'm beginning this new wonderful group, a homeschool group, but a special homeschool group for entrepreneurial families. And it is local, although people can work with me if they're not local. But this group is a local group where I live, and we are going to get together. We're planning on this starting this fall. And what it is, we allow the kids to be kids and play, and we'll have activities for them. And it's a support group too for parents, where I'm going to be coaching specific topics on entrepreneurship. And so the the parents who are coming, and mostly they're moms, and the moms, they either have a business or maybe they want to start a business, and they don't know, maybe, they don't have all the answers. They don't know how to balance both, or, maybe they are okay with some of the balancing, but they don't know quite how to make their business really soar. And speaking of those wings, getting those wings out there and really stretching and growing and achieving what they want. So we're going to work on entrepreneurial goals, and we're going to be supportive of each other and doing that with our family, with our children. And some of the kids, they might get into entrepreneurship. My son is an entrepreneur. He's 16 and he knits his scarves and hats and sells them. And so, we as homeschool entrepreneurial parents are teaching our children that they can grow and be a butterfly and stretch their wings. And if they want to be in entrepreneurship, they can, or whatever they want to do. And so we, as this entrepreneurial parent, can give them, this gift of, how do you want to stretch your wings? And so we're going to be learning and growing together. And this is really a culmination of all my years of teaching children, coaching adults and children, and putting it all together and helping other families so that we can be really a network for each other, and we can support each other in the way of goods and services, and also moral support, and partners in believing that, hey, you can do this, and I believe in you, and I got your back, because sometimes it's hard for people to keep going and to keep believing in themselves. So that's why we get together with other people, and we can borrow their belief when we have a hard time believing ourselves that we can do it. So, that's going to be the purpose of the group. So it's like minding with, with my help coaching, but of course, I'm going to welcome other people's ideas, because it's not all about me. I want to help others, and then we together can mastermind the answers, because speaking of answers, there's always a solution to any question you have or any kind of problem you have. You may not know the answer, but there is an answer, and for that we're going to be grateful. And we just really get into, okay, well, we don't know how, but we know there's a way. We know that we can figure it out, and many times we can figure it out quicker and easier together as a group. So that's what it's all about. So if you are local to my area in Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, if you're local to that area and you homeschool and you are an entrepreneur, or you want to be, or maybe you are an entrepreneur and you want to homeschool, whichever, check it out, and just message me and I'll give you a link and you can check out, and we can also talk about the possibilities and how we can turn your possibilities into reality, and see if the group's going to be a good fit for you. It's called Time at Tanglewood Entrepreneurial Homeschool Group, and it's going to be a fun time. And if you're not in the local area and you really would love to explore, what life would be like if you created your own family economy and gave your children the best possible, while also being able to reach your income goals and your business goals, and that, if you want help trying to balance all that and seeing how you truly can do it, you truly can give your kids the best, where you can still be that amazing homeschool mom and at the same time have an amazing business, feel really great about yourself and how you're showing up in the world and how you're helping others. I don't know what your business is, or, it could be a service, or maybe it's, goods that you're selling or making and selling. I don't know. But, there's always something that you can do that is a gift and a talent that you can bring to the world. And you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You know, maybe there's another dream that you have that you want to become more creative or whatever it is. But if you want to explore dreams with me and goals like that and see how they can coincide with your homeschooling, message me and we'll do a discovery call together and we'll chat first, you know, and talk about your big goals and dreams, and if it's appropriate, if you know, if it makes great sense to have a discovery call, then that's the next step. And then at that point, we'll talk about the next steps. All right, well, that's it for now on this Fear Buster Friday. And remember to make every day a Fear Buster Day. Bye-bye for now.